Heather, our life is a sitcom. We say that all the time.
Yep.
Because we're very basic people. Mm-hmm. So all of our stuff, it's all very small things that just continue to heighten. Mm-hmm. We have done it again. It's been about 18 months in a space. So we were like, we need to move immediately.
I'm getting itchy here.
I got a scratch.
I got to see a new neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. And we moved over to the East Bay.
Yes.
We are on the sunnier side of life.
We're in the Burbs, baby.
We went all the way to the Burbs, baby. It's going to be all fast casual from here, folks. And I absolutely love it. But like all things with our life, it's like this is the first property that we've ever rented that has a property manager. Mm-hmm. And I've never had a worse experience as far as like just getting into a space.
Yes.
Just the bare bones basic things that we saw during a walkthrough weeks before move-in. Mm-hmm. That's going to be addressed lickety split. It's another cat for me to wrangle to try to get the most basic things taken care of that we noted weeks ago.
Yes. It's almost like we're wondering now, what's the chain of command here?
Yeah.
Because we got homeowner involved, we got property manager involved, we got floor man involved, we have handyman.
Oh, buddy, do we have some stories about all these people? Because every single one of them have their own little deals.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to The Monks. You're here with The Monks. I'm Josh.
I'm Heather.
And we so appreciate you being here.
We do.
Complaining is our love language. Mm-hmm. Right?
So get into it.
Absolutely. Love life, but boy.
Got some notes.
We're going to,
some notes.
Yeah, we're going to, we got a few things we think we could iron out a little better when it comes to just everything.
We're going to fix society.
We think we can do it, and we can do it on this podcast in about 45 minutes or less is really where we're trying. That's the sweet spot for us, because after that, I'm going to start the ADHD is going to kick in. I'm going to start to get a little distracted.
Yes.
We move out to the Burbs. Mm-hmm. We saw this place. It's a mid-century modern. It has a pool. Mm-hmm. Let's not kid ourselves, Heather. Did you even have your head on straight once you saw the pool?
Yes, I did, because they had it covered.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. But still.
So to me, it was still just a dark hole that I'm like, am I going to lift this up and it'll be green?
That's true.
I don't know.
We were assured, hey, there's a lawn guy. Lawn looks great.
Oh, lawn.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Beautiful plants. So I said, okay, that's great. Mm-hmm. There's a pool guy. I was like, all right, so it probably won't be green. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie. The second a pool was in play at a price point that I could stand, I don't think I was paying attention to much after that.
We were assured that's being taken care of. That, and one thing out of the whole
literally
thing
just
of those points and saying that's getting taken care of got taken care of.
What I'm so lost in what didn't get taken care of. So the biggest thing was there was some floor buckling, and it's a nothing burger thing. Mm-hmm. This is weeks before we're going to move in. Mm-hmm. So we noticed that one of the bedroom doors won't close, and we're like, right, the floor's buckling. The guy even pointed it out. He was like, hey, just so you know, inferring to me, I'm like, oh, great. He pointed it out, the property manager, junior. Not the final boss of property management, but he's like a middling guy. He was like, oh yeah, this is happening. We're going to take care of it.
Yep.
I don't know why in the world I would think anything else about it then. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, great. When we get in here and we meet Dave.
We meet property manager senior.
Yeah. Final boss.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah. Bagel baby.
Yeah.
Boss baby. What's that guy who had a scene at the bagel store? That's who he reminds me of.
I don't think they call him Boss Baby. That's an Alec Baldwin movie. But I think that you have always called him kind of a boss baby. It's that video where he's like, you're not my dad, you're not my God, and you're not my boss.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, did you want a bagel? Yeah. What's happening?
Just upset he had to wait in line at a bagel shop.
Yeah.
Had a meltdown. Is who this guy reminds me. I keep doing this because this is... In my head, he's this big. This
is Dave that reminds you of him? In what way? Dave's a big old guy.
I thought he was like small.
Not at all. He's wearing a big old long shirt. It probably threw off his proportions. He was wearing an insanely large...
His little belly was poked out so high on the shirt.
Yeah.
I thought...
And the reason it was high... No, he was pretty tall. That's why his belly was on high. Short people's bellies are down low, like a little puppy or something. But he had the longest I've seen in real life polo shirt. It's like it was like his wife's night shirt. Mm-hmm. You have to feel that the shirt is near knee length. Why is it not tucked in?
It would be too. Was he going to roll it around his thigh?
I think he should.
Each thigh, and then put his pants on to tuck in the shirt.
That shirt was so long that I was like, you should just get a belt and just do the thing that like women did in the early aughts and just like go ahead and like throw it right under your chest and at least break it up, differentiate. Characters welcome. From the meeting of Dave, it's like, okay, yeah, we're at the characters welcome stage of this thing. Mm-hmm. You're a property manager. Your job is to manage the property. This happens to us so often. So they go, hey, great news. This guy's here to be an expert at something. You go, okay, fantastic. Yes. I look forward to shutting my brain off and everything's going to be handled.
This property is managed. All I have to do is swim in my pool.
Mm-hmm. Live my life. Mm-hmm. And nope, it kind of started. There were whispers of it, like hints to it to come, because simple request from a property manager, I think as the tenant, I go, hey, can you just let me know what utilities, like who are the companies? How do I change those over to us? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a reasonable ask.
Yeah, just kind of give me a list so I don't have to look, search for each one individually. I can just look at the list and go, okay.
Yep. You should be really familiar with the property, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of the expertise I'm looking for, which is not much. Immediately he was like, oh, yeah, I can do that. Cut to 2 days later. I go, hey, could I get that list? And this is very foreshadowing. Oh, yeah. I think if you Google just Conocastra County, I think if you jump on their site, they should. I said, okay, so I'll do it then.
Yeah.
Because when we walk in this place, day of, getting keys, it's time, baby. 2 weeks we've been waiting to get poolside. Mm-hmm. First words out of his mouth, they didn't do the floors.
Don't first meet before I'm even helloing you.
Yes.
Say this to me, because now I'm already mad.
Mm-hmm.
Now I instantly got a guard up and I'm mad.
Two biggest phrases you hear in American business is like, it's just business. Mm-hmm. Like when they do something to you, oh, it's just business. Mm-hmm. And buyer beware. Mm-hmm. That's on you, dude. Mm-hmm. Buyer beware. It's like, no, seller be good. Yeah. Business be nice. What are you doing? But you're right. It's like when your dad gets home from work, when you're a kid, everybody's mom was like, oh, if you want something, if you want to go to a sleepover, you don't hit this dude 5 seconds into the door.
Box down.
Yes.
Let him set it down.
Let him settle into a new space.
Let's test the mood. See how the day was.
Yes.
We don't immediately jump in. Can I go sleep over at so-and-so's house?
Yeah. Because that's going to be a no out of the gate. He's like, no. So Dave hits us with like, oh, they didn't do the floors. And I mean, we haven't even broke the threshold. So I'm holding Heather in my arms. I'm like, can I? No, I'm kidding. We do that every time we move. And we move every 18 months. So every 18 months, I just carry you through a threshold. I think I just went, well, that's disappointing. Because I'm going to hit you with that. I'm going to be like, I'm not mad, but I am disappointed. Yeah. Then there was like another small thing. It was like, oh, this cabinet was supposed to be like painted out. They had to change an oven around. Again, very small thing. We had agreed upon it weeks in advance. It wasn't done. So now you're starting to get chippy because you're feeling nervous that who you're doing business with, who you've agreed to like manage this property, and just who you're dealing with is like gonna be a problem. You're like, oh, okay, now I'm already like jumping ahead to how much this is gonna be a thing. Mm-hmm. And I am also, now he's got me where the pool is still covered, and I go, this pool's gonna be a frog pond. It's gonna be disgusting. They're gonna not, it's gonna take weeks to get this thing and it's gonna be ice cold, and like all these things are going through my head. But now what they have is, now we're nitpicking.
Mm-hmm. I'm just picturing this little tiny baby bunny in this oversized shirt, tripping over his shirt, trying to show us all.
Long shirt, long shirt.
But not big. Just, I wanted to see this because this shirt was like, what? Yeah. Not big, just long.
Long. Still hit that belly in a beautiful cascade. Like when you're
almost looked like an adorable lady at his baby shower.
Yeah, I was gonna say the shirt wore him like when you see a house being tinted. Like it was like, it was like cascading down because it's so long. I just have a feeling he takes his pants off at the end of the night and he sleeps in that shirt. Like he's like, this is comfortable. I'm like in a nightgown.
I only got to change my pants ever.
Yeah. And I know I'm not tucking this thing in. I'll tell you that right now. And because I said if you were willing to tuck it in, you could cut a 25% of this shirt away with just scissors and still have an ample amount to tuck.
When you said scissors, I imagined that he was cutting it here so he could put it in each.
He's going to garter it. I was thinking he was going to cut it here so he could tie it because it still would give him tons of room. He's probably tripping over that thing when he goes to the bathroom in it. Like he's probably like when he goes to the bathroom in the middle of the night, it's a real rumple it up type situation. He's like, it's either under chin if he's standing or it's like he's bringing it up hip high if he's sitting. Oh. Dave feels like a sitter. He's done.
Especially at night. He can't. He's not going to turn the light on.
That's true. And nor do I.
Yeah.
I'm not turning on the light. You think I'm going to mess up my circadian rhythm so that I can be like, I'm a man? It's like, no, I'm going to sit down. I'll sit down Enoch style. I don't care. I'm like, I'll do one of those. Oh boy, what a night, huh? I'll do one of those. I don't care. And then Dave, the king of timing, this guy should have went into stand-up. Timing's impeccable. Because he hit us in the door right away with disappointment. Right out of the gate. Not even like a, hey, welcome home. Like just not knowing how to deal with people at all.
Yeah.
At this point, we're 10 minutes into talking about things that weren't done that should have been done. Mm-hmm. And I would say he can read on us. I'm assuming anyway. This is my thought.
I'm not, but go on.
Yeah, I'm like, he knows that we're like not mad, but like, again, disappointed. Like, that we're like, okay, this should have just been done.
Yeah.
Kind of that aggravated state of just doing any kind of consumerism at this point where you're just like, oh, okay, that's not what we said we were going to do, but okay. Mm-hmm. And then this is when Dave, the king of timing, just goes, also, my number one business is real estate. Now, property management, I got 55 doors, really trying to get to 75 doors so that I can pay. And then he's like telling us the name of his secretary so that he can pay her. And I was like, is this woman not being paid?
I know. She's a volunteer, I guess.
But he's hopeful.
But she does work from the hours of 11 to 3. But sometimes she has to work to 6 or 7. And I said, that's a big difference.
It is, but that's a short day. I mean, long for a volunteer, but if he does get her to paid, that's a pretty short day. 11 to 6 ain't that bad. If you like to start your day later, I would hate that schedule, but maybe she loves it. He's like trying to get the 75 doors because, there's not a lot of money in property management. And I said,
and not a lot of effort either.
Exactly. I said, I feel like there's probably more money than there should be right now.
Here's things I think as a property manager you should know.
Yeah.
What days do the lawn guys come? What day does the pool guy come?
Yeah.
What are their responsibilities so I know if I need to do something? Flush the pool, vacuum the pool. Is that mine? Are they just chemicals? What?
Dave.
He don't know nothing.
Dave, the property manager, final ball, owns the company.
Yeah.
Owns the property management company. The simplest things are baffling him.
Oh,
you're like, hey, do you know what day you put the trash out?
It's a real like curved finger monkey head.
Yeah. I love whenever you ask a question, just say you don't know. Because you're doing the same thing I can just do and I can get you out of here. I'm not looking to hang.
Yeah.
But I said, do you know where the pool light is? Dave's lost. Like, I was like,
so upset that was a question that he wasn't anticipating.
It's like he wasn't anticipating any questions. He thought he was going to make a quick presentation about how they did none of the things that were supposed to be done. And then we'd be like, yay. And that would be it. So I just have to now walk around as he tries everything. I don't know. Get to finally, and I don't know. And of course, I can't establish with Dave, the property manager, who's the king of timing and don't know a thing about property that he manages, because I can't get into the minutia of like, is it possible that the bulb is dead? His primary business is real estate. Now, keep in mind, we just today are getting the keys to our house. Our move-in date is like the next day, technically. That's how early we are. You can't be earlier stages.
Well, if he had shown up for the original walkthrough while we were looking around to see if we wanted to rent, maybe he could have told us then that he could be our real estate agent.
Yeah.
For the future and our family and friends.
Absolutely. And I said, the guy who didn't know anything about the property he managed, that didn't do one thing he was supposed to do, now goes two things. One, I'm so dumb that I don't realize I just signed you to a 1-year lease on this property, but I'd like to now make a hard pitch about being your real estate agent. I go, well, I don't know if you've put this together, Dave, but we're kind of committed to here for at least 1 year. So that seems like a lot of work on your end to have us bombard you with properties for the next 12 months of things we can't buy. Because again, contractually we can't do that right now, right? Because we'd be screwing over our property manager. Mm-hmm. That's you, dude. Come on, at least know what you're doing. That's all you need to know.
I don't think he knows the job, because who did he think was going to be getting the people to do all the work? How is he surprised it's not done?
Yeah.
Who told him it was done? He's the guy who's supposed to tell that was done.
Yep. He kept just being like, oh, homeowner. And I said, I'm sure that I'm sure that the homeowner's like, this property manager. And meanwhile, we're the ones sitting here going like, guys, get it. This ain't rocket science. But I thought that was such a great time to make the pitch for he's like, if you thought I goofed up this.
Time.
Yeah.
It was absolutely the best time, because maybe I would have forgotten.
Yeah.
In a year.
But now you know.
Me.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
Oh, there's no chance. Right away where we were at in this world together with Dave, I was like, there is no chance we'd go. I will go alone and get a real estate license and do it myself before I'd go with you. Yes. You are the last person I'd go with. And I really don't like real estate agents, period. I don't meet them and go, oh, good, this person's really going to know, because typically they don't know anything about real estate, oddly enough. They're like Dave, the property manager, who doesn't know about managing properties at all. So
maybe he is in the absolute perfect profession for him.
Possibly.
Not only is Dave a property manager.
Yep.
Primarily a real estate agent, then a property manager second, distant second.
Seems like it may be in third.
Yeah. He's also a pastor and a sheriff.
Yep.
So those every single one of them seems like a full-time job.
Beyond a full-time. And Dave, again, with his big old long shirt, is way, way, way too old to be engaging with the gig economy at this level.
Yeah. Well, he's not doing it right.
Yeah.
Because he's taking on full-time jobs.
Yep.
4 of them.
4 of them. Doing them all poorly. Doing them all super poorly. I guess here's the thing. Where he's disappointing me as his property manager, I'm sure a criminal is thrilled with him as a sheriff. Yes. But when he said it, I said, this is crazy to meet one person who are 4 things I really am like, I could probably leave it if I'm being honest. Like, I'd rather not. If 4 different people came up to me at a barbecue and one was a pastor, one was a sheriff, one was a property manager, and one's a real estate agent, I go, those are 4 people I never need to talk to ever again. So to find one morphed into one incompetent Dave,
that tracks.
That all tracks.
Knowing you for 5 minutes, Dave.
Yeah.
I think that tracks.
I think that absolutely tracks. And you think you're done, right? You think you're done.
You want to be, because you're like, I'd like to go in the pool.
Yeah. So Dave's now going to show me around. He's doing the thing that a lot of guys do, where he's like, okay, Josh, show me. Like, he's going to take me around. Mm-hmm. So Heather, you're just probably like bopping around thinking, lady thoughts. I don't know. Yeah. And honestly, you're probably leaned into that stereotype at that point, because you probably are like, and I'll put this there. And he goes, yeah, she wants to go move that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I don't like boring things. Like, I have a real tough time keeping my mind on it, because my mind just goes, well, I'll just go see a movie in my head while this guy talks or whatever. But he's like, oh, I got to show you where every bib and bob is. Here's a little wrench thing. And if you do this at the bottom of a garbage disposal, if it were to get backed up, it might save me a trip. And I said, I don't care at all about saving you a trip, Dave, to be honest with you, because I'm not a property manager. Yeah. You chose this life.
I'm a person living at a property that is managed.
Exactamundo.
This should be resort living for me, right?
Yeah. That's what it said in the ad.
It did say that. It literally said that in the ad.
Yeah. It didn't say what kind of resort. It said lots of resorts out there.
Like the resort in the beginning of Club Paradise.
Yeah. Before they got their act together.
Yeah, a lot of problems.
This is Dave to a tease, 10 out of 10 on the don't know nothing about this property he manages. He's looking around, absolutely befuddled, like, where's the water shut off? And I was like, well, I would assume it's right over there. And he goes, oh, I think it might be over in this bush that's clearly a very mature bush that there's no way ever people are doing anything at it. It's here so securely a bush. And I go, no, I think it's over there where there's like a clear jut out where something's So this is 3 things bad all at one time. I go, so Dave, a real estate agent, don't know where they put water mains. Dave, a property manager, don't know where he does what. And Dave, a sheriff, has no situational awareness to just put 2 and 2 together. Well, Lord, I hope Dave the pastor's going to say a prayer for the other 3 idiots because I just want to be done, David. I just want to be done with this so that my wife and I can talk mad crap about you while we unfurl a pool. And he goes, oh, you know what? The owner was out last week and he took the garage door opener. Mm-hmm. Did you want that?
Did you want that?
I was like, yeah. Yeah.
We're going to want that.
We're going to want that.
We're going to want it.
What do you
want it today?
Yes.
I want it now.
And
I'm Veruca Salt right now.
Yeah. And he did the thing. This is the thing I absolutely loathe. Would you want me to run down to, I guess I could run down to the hardware store and I could pick it up and I could come back and program
and the
it.
whole time like,
Yes. I said that all sounds like things you could.
See you in a minute.
Yeah. You could be walking to the car while you tell me this. This is, 100%.
I walk out to the garage. The garage door's up. There's little Dave on a piano bench that he's pulled over, and he's just trying to reach that garage door to figure out how to.
That shirt's blowing in the wind behind. So much shirt. It's like the thing when you're a kid and they'll do the game where you can run out to the middle. And then that's how big this shirt is.
Imagine if you're watching a Michael Bay film and a kid's running through sheets that are hung up blowing.
Yeah. It's such a big shirt. It's It's so long that you keep describing a man who is probably at least 5'10" as very small because he's created his own optical illusion of a shirt.
I asked you, like, how much shorter than me do you think he was? And you said, no, he was taller than me.
I said, he was taller than you by probably 5 inches at least.
I can't picture him.
His shirt was 5'5". And he at least had some leg exposed, but not as much. Just
like kind of under the knee.
Dave in his shirt had about as much leg exposed as an Amish woman on Rumspringa. Like where you're like, it's more than what it would normally be, but it ain't complete. But it ain't that much leg, Dave. Like it really, for a shirt, it's a dress. I have been texting with Dave repeatedly. Mm-hmm. I have talked to the homeowner of this place. Mm-hmm. We still don't have the floors fixed. Mm-mm. What we did do though is the next day we show up.
Right. On our actual move-in day.
On our actual move-in day, and nothing has been communicated with us at all. And this is where like our life is a sitcom. Because it's low stakes, but we make it quite high.
Yeah.
With how much we're like, I'm over the moon upset about this thing. Because we walk in and you just have a vision in your head of how you'd like that first day to go. Mm-hmm. You've already dealt with the Dave day.
Yeah.
So you're like, now I just want to enjoy this pool.
Right.
We walk in.
The floor's ripped up.
Absolutely.
The floor's ripped up in this room.
A different room than the floor we were talking about.
Not the correct floor.
Not even close. It couldn't be further. It's literally the opposite end of the house. I said, so you gotta be kidding me, dude.
How did they get in?
Yep.
I want that key back because we do currently now. There were already our things here.
Absolutely there were. We have panties here. That was the first thing out of your mouth. Oh, I had a bag of panties in there. I said, they probably put their head in that bag and like absolute madmen. I can't imagine they weren't doing anything.
It's just PTSD from a previous move when I had a guy carrying my drawer and it had my underwear in it and he was just dripping sweat, just face so close to them, just dripping on them, and I had to burn them.
Yeah.
And
I said, ooh, that's an odd combination. Different floor. I think that's what spun me. So you're spun in general that there's floor ripped up, so you're seeing some subfloor. Mm-hmm. You're like, I didn't have that on
I had
the
items that were going to be going there.
Right. I called Dave, and in true Dave fashion, for job, Dave. Perfect time, and Dave. He goes, what? What happened? Somebody was in the house after our belongings were here. No communication of that whatsoever. They ripped up flooring. It's not the right flooring, Dave. It's a different part of the house. It's not even in the same room. It's completely wrong. Okay. Well, there was one piece that was buckled. Oh, that huh? That And he was right. There was one piece that was buckled that I could have forever lived with, but that's fine. Let's fix it. I said, I need that key back. Can't just have keys floating around. And he goes, yeah, that's weird. It's usually in the lockbox, which is then when we find out from this dude, the floor man, that his guys just basically walked around the property till they found a door open or something and came in anyway. And I said, well, that's brilliant. No notes. Love it.
And that's what you should do. If you go to a door and it's locked, just go to a different door.
There are a bag of panties in here. You can't do that anymore. You can't just come in here because now the bag of panties are here. But really, realistically, you're like, I got financial documents in here. I got all kinds of stuff. You know, luckily they're just putting their head in those panty bags and doing that. And that's not what they were after. They weren't trying to ruin us financially. So I get a hold of the guy. I'm texting with him because I was like, I honestly don't want to talk to another old white man. I've had my fill. You know, I don't want to hear my own thoughts as much as I'm hearing these guys. I go, all right, what time today? And I made sure to say today because they're trying to lead the situation. I go, what time today you'll be back to finish the floor? And he goes, oh, can't. Floor store's closed. Can't get the flooring.
Yeah. They're notoriously closed on the day that everybody has off to go to a flooring store.
Yep.
But okay.
First thing I thought was a lie, but I said, I don't know. I don't know what flooring store he's talking about exactly. I was like, maybe it's a really stupid one, you know, that closes when everybody's there to buy flooring. But I said, okay, did you know that when you ripped up the floor? He goes, my guys couldn't get in. There was no key. I said, I'm looking at ripped up floor. You got to try another one. What? We started this conversation with this has happened. You're going to now try to, your defense is like, oh, we couldn't even get in. That's why I go, no, the floor is ripped up.
The story is it's still an ongoing story.
It's an ongoing, that's true. To put a pin in that aspect of it, it's like, this is an ongoing situation and we will keep you up to date.
Out of all of the things, none of them have been resolved.
Oh, fun thing though, that as Dave came back with the garage opener that I forgot is we were out skimming the pool. We had taken off the cover. We're skimming the pool and we were just absolutely dog walking him. Like we were just like, this guy's like everything we said on here, we were just basically cutting up between us. And then I just hear like hey, just so you know, I'll just be working on that. And I don't know. I hope not.
God, I hope not.
You know? Just Dave lifting up that long shirt like Dab and I. Because I said, no. Because that's the thing where you go like, I'm not, that ain't on us. That ain't on us. It is not, I will die on this hill. Like, of course we're going to talk mad crap about you. You know what I mean?
That's our dynamic.
Absolutely.
I mean, our dynamic is I'm walking around the house noting the things that I'm seeing that are wrong, going to you, to the middleman. You're my property manager.
Yeah, I'm your problem manager. No, that is the thing. That is like the dynamic of the monk's marriage.
Yeah.
Is we have strengths and we have weaknesses. And your strength is like your tons of stuff. I was like, who's going to get this house together? She is. Who's going to make sure everything is on and closed off at the other place and all those kind of things? Like this time we kind of divided those, but usually that's you. But you've gotten us in. You've gotten so many things like situated in this place in such a short amount of time. We've only been here for 1 week, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we're obviously just in the middle of.
Oh my God. We're in the throes of it. I can be your interpreter.
Yes.
Which is what it felt like. Because I would be like, Dave, I'm so sorry. Because he doesn't know that.
Well, yeah, because that's what you do. You don't have to say to me, well, okay, but don't say it like that. I'll say it to you and you know that however to fix that.
I'll take the spice out or add the spice up. Honestly, that's the other thing. I do think for as spicy as you can get, I don't know if you like to get as cold as I can get because I do this for a living with people where like my whole job is basically my job. At least 30% of the people I deal with are just a bunch of Daves.
Yeah.
Right? I am so used to herding cats, you know, that I go, no problem. I got the bandwidth for this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even in this thing, I'm like, now challenge accepted. I'm going to keep bothering you.
Yeah.
At a level. I'm going to pepper you nonstop. Hey, bud.
Got another one.
So now what's happened is we're starting to be a little nitpicky because you got our eyes open, right? We could have just got in here if everything was handled. We'd be in a pool right now.
Right.
But this is kind of how we flow. Now she's got a detailed eye. She's going through. She's not going to be happy about a lot of this. Not to be the take my wife guy, but I go genuinely in this moment. This is my role. I'm here on her behalf. I think you can tell who's. I mean, you're watching me walk 4 feet away from you, and in your face go, okay, all right, Dave. I mean, you get what's happening here. She's saying it. You can see that she's like, and then I'm having to bring that over to you, and I'm spilling just enough of that water out of the pail that it's okay. I'm not going to flood you with it. I noticed whenever I started later that day when I was talking with Dave, because I'm still trying to get stuff situated and I'm letting him have it a little bit, not even raising my voice, just taking away some of the niceties that I tend to bring to the table, that Dave was in shambles. He was not built for that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. This is a little too far, I think, for Dave, and again, nothing insane.
Right.
I was at about a 4.
He talked about a lot of the people that bother him a lot his doors.
A lot.
And I kind of think, is it now because you have never finished anything?
Yes.
And I'm concerned.
He is that person who, and I have this in me. I mean, I can procrastinate. I can lose track of things. But I will say, for the most part, the things that are important in my personal life and professional life, I have a system for,
It's like I want him to have a list and go, got it. And then I won't bother you ever again.
Exactly. I said that. I said, you think I want to talk to you? We don't want to ever talk to you.
I am having like weird deja vus here.
Yeah.
I was kind of at my desk typing and I looked and next to me was this plant that I've never had sitting next to me before.
Yeah.
And I just felt like just deja vu looking at it in the window and everything.
Was it a good feeling?
It was.
That's good.
What reality am I in right now? You know what I mean? I feel like I'm just reliving our pool house in Pasadena, but in a different up-leveled way.
Okay.
Even down to the weirdest things, like when we first moved day one of moving into the house in Pasadena.
Yes.
With the pool.
Yeah. In the Peter in the pool house.
That
we didn't even really fully know about on day one.
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
we didn't know what we were in store for with
we
that.
did not. We had somebody knock on the door and say he was moving in.
And we were
and we thought, what? We just moved in today. Like, what are you talking about? You're moving in here.
Yes,
like,
yes.
And then he called the police, and then the police showed up, and we're like, what is happening?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, our life is such a sitcom. It's so crazy.
Yes.
That was such a weird situation, and the police ended up being like, hey, bro, you were scammed.
Yeah, obviously you were scammed. Because I said, look, we went through a realtor that represented the house.
Mm-hmm. We came to here to view it.
We have talked to the homeowner a number of times.
Uh-huh.
It's 100%. We're not the scam. Yeah, we didn't get scammed. And I remember like at the door, the guy goes, well, can I see your license? And I said, no. And he goes, why not? And I said, you're some guy at my door that I don't know.
Like,
what is it? What is it with everyone where I go, are you that thick? You showed up here with like manic energy, telling some story that doesn't fully make sense to me.
Right.
Because you're a grown up. Right?
And he said he never viewed it because he lived so far away, but then he said he lived close. And
and also here's the biggest thing is I said, well, what did you send him? He goes, well, I sent him first and last. It was $1,600 a month. And I go, and this would never be $1,600 in this market. You knew you were getting scammed. That's the biggest thing about a scam is most of the time, if you really take one step back, you go, I know. I'm convincing myself that I just want to believe.
Yes.
I want to believe I'm that person who got lucky. I'm pretty sure scammers are the ones who are buying the ink in newspapers about people getting lucky. They go, we got to put one of those stories out where somebody got lucky so that we can scam again.
Such a weird experience. So day one of living here, we look out the front window, and I'm like, who's in the driveway? We thought maybe it was the floor guy, I think, at first.
No, I think we thought it was the internet dude.
Oh,
he was on the way.
We're waiting for the internet guy. Whoa, which was such a weird experience, too. Okay, hold on.
It's all stuff, man. I'm telling you, it is like a gumbo of stuff. Like, it's low stakes, but perpetual with the amount of people and stuff we dealt with.
So we're like, who's in the driveway? It's a Jeep with dogs in the back. And we're like, that can't be the internet guy.
I said, is it that casual hooking up Sonic internet? You're bringing dogs with you and stuff? There's 2 people? I don't know. It just seems so like a day.
They're in like casual swim attire.
It seemed like they were having a day at a beach. And it is a mid-century modern house. So there's just this moment where like I'm walking in and there's a lot of windows. And I see this lady and she's like, shorts and like the type of top you wear over stuff when you're going to the beach or something. And she looks at me and it's kind of like, huh? And I look at her and I'm kind of like,
just like,
huh? And I go out in that way where you can't make a good first impression, where you're like, hello?
Yeah,
you walk out like a caveman. Yep. I literally was like, I gave her the old like, yeah. One of those, like, you tell me what's happening.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, we were going to get one last swim in. A lot of people through this process said, well, we didn't think you were moving in until Monday. And I go, well, on the lease, there was a documented date.
And there was also lots and lots and lots of vacant house time before we moved in.
Yes.
A lot of vacant house time.
Listen, if the Aztec people way back when could have a calendar, so can you. In fact, it's on your phone. Yes. So mark down what date we all agreed upon in writing. Also, because there was a lot of like, well, we thought you were moving in Monday. I go, well, the floor guy, we're at a stage in the flooring where he goes, yeah, can't get the flooring. And when I do, I got to put it down in the space and let it get it. And he said, assimilate to the space. And I said, oh, okay. It's got to learn the cultures of this home. Man, what are you talking about? He goes, it'll buckle again if it doesn't sit there. And I go, then why are we starting?
Acclimate?
Yes. Acclimate. How is this happening? Because now okay, you're at least a week out. Mm-hmm. We're waiting. There's an extra day to wait for some guys to just set wood in a space. That was the extent of what they did.
Once the lady, she said, like, we were going to swim. Mm-hmm. And then she said, can I look in the shed to see if any of that stuff is mine? Which, again, if you did live here and then you moved out, why didn't you do this all that time that you were here?
The shed had a lock on it.
Okay. And then at one point they were here for so long that I'm like, are they swimming?
And you know what's weird about us? And again, I know us is I know that would have been I would have had to interpret. Like, there's no way I'm not the one who has to go out and tell these people they got to get out of the pool. But the obvious nature of, like, I'm in the right. If you were taking a dip after we've established, like, yep, we're here. Mm-hmm. Life has changed forever now. Yeah. We are 1,000% in the right if you were to walk out and go, can you get out of the pool? This is kind of nuts what you're doing. But I know it would have been like not as easy as all that to me. I would have been like, oh boy, okay, well, I just don't want these people to not like me.
And
but I would have done it.
They know how to get in. They know which windows and doors to check.
Right.
To see if they can. Apparently, everyone does.
Yeah, so yeah.
Now I have to learn all the locks.
Absolutely, yeah.
Change the locks.
Right. The B storyline of this lady is we think she's the internet guy. Because the internet guy has been texting me that he's 5 minutes away for an hour. Mm-hmm. I get this frantic text, and the type of text where you go like, oh, we might be dealing with somebody who ain't right. Mm-hmm. I get a text this long. And when you get a text this long from a stranger, you go, okay, there's a lot going on here. Mm-hmm. And it's like this long, like, sorry, sir, I was just down the road. My phone died, and then I couldn't get this.
My phone died, and I couldn't find anywhere to charge it. Yep. So then I had to go find somewhere to charge it. Even though you can charge your phone in the car. Mm-hmm. It was just such a weird text that I felt like, I don't know if this is the internet person. Like,
oh, that's fair.
The internet person?
I was like, it does seem definitely it is the internet person based on the text timing and what was happening. But I was like, why is this? Again, I'm like, why is everything like, why is our life a sitcom? Like, why is this a big old thing? It's like anybody else makes a thing, and the biggest hack complaint they have is they go, 12 to 4, why such a long window? It's like, that's it. That's all they have to contend with. And ours is just like perpetually, I'm back. And in the thing, finally, when he reaches me, he goes, and if you need to reschedule, I don't need to reschedule. I, in fact, can't reschedule. Mm-hmm. I have to have I'm like, he's like, okay, I'll come out. And in my head, I go, you don't know how to charge a phone in a car and you're going to hook up my technology for me? Oh, good. Mm-hmm. Look forward to it. Mm-hmm. He gets here. He's an absolute sweetheart of a man.
Oh, yeah, he was. I felt bad he was having such a hard day.
He was absolutely beside himself.
A bad day.
He was having a day.
Yeah.
And somehow didn't know you could charge a phone in a car. Some of this is self-inflicted for sure.
Definite. Finally, we're hanging out by the pool.
Amazing.
Oh, and I turned to look at you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ouch.
Something's burning.
Something's burning my leg. Oh my God. I'm being stung by a bee.
Bee tail stuck in there.
The whole bee was stuck. I was shaking my leg and it's like.
You get the bee loose. I get the stinger out. And you immediately are having the strongest reaction outside of anaphylaxis that I've ever seen from a bee. It is immediately just expanding on your leg. And I was like, oh boy. And when you have a selfish thought where you go, oh God, we have the movers coming tomorrow. Is this the next thing? I'm going to have to do all this for, like, I'm going to have to talk to the movers from what? From a hospital waiting room because we have to, because I was like, this is the type of thing, they're going to bump us a million times if we're at an ER. We're like, you can't just let it run up your leg and just actually, do something to you. But that ain't going to be like a step one. We watched The Pit and you're a trooper. That is, again, dynamics of us. I would have been beside myself if I had what was happening to you. Because I'm getting worked up for you. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not looking good. You know, I have to remind myself, like, you are a person. You too could get fearful about something, because sometimes I'll start to voice my concern for you and I go, that's not fair. You can't freak her out because you started freaked out when it's medical stuff. You know, you have to be like, all right, we're going to keep an eye on it. You're like, I'm going to go in the pool. It's cold.
Oh, yeah. I said immediately I should just dunk it in the pool.
Dunk it.
All right. I'm just going to leave it in the pool. It's not seeming to help, but it's not hurting, it seems.
And by the way, we are going in that pool like crazy. That thing is maybe one step above a cold plunge at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, we are absolutely like about 3 minutes in, when your body just gives up, that it thinks all is lost and this is where you die. That's when it starts to feel good. You go, here we go. All right, I'm moving around. At the end of the day, with the house, are you psyched on the house?
Oh, I am so psyched.
Super duper psyched.
Yeah.
I'm so psyched on it. Again, it was like the pool. I just put on my blinders and like pull, because my commute, oh boy, it's like an hour and a half, hour, 40 minutes. It's bananas long. But I always go more on vibe than length of time. The vibe on it, I have found a way to make the vibe fun. I jump off on top streets. I leave here early in the morning. It's not worth getting to have, like, everybody knows I like my morning. I've talked about it. I like coffee. I like reading and music. Now I'm just doing coffee and music in the car, but it's worth it to kind of get there lickety split.
Yeah.
That's how much I dig this house, is even with that, it's warm. It's warmer at night. The pool.
Yeah. It's the perfect, our favorite, like, California vibe.
Yeah, it is.
It's shorts and a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah. It's having dinner outside.
Yeah. It's sitting out on your patio. And it's warm cold.
Oh, I love it.
This is going to be a new segment we're calling California Dreaming.
Which is where you kind of go like, is this everywhere? Or is this just California? And sometimes it's obvious. On the beautiful, amazing things when we talk about them, it's like a lot of times it's obvious. This is just California that really is digging this. But this one is one of those things that I've only ever had it come up in California. And I'd be genuinely interested if anybody else is having this experience anywhere else, because we never have outside of California. We met your cousin for dinner. He was in town for some business stuff and we got together for dinner. So it's us two and him. He's on an expense account. And then we do the thing where you go to the waiter and I go, okay, cool. So on his card, can you just do his meal and everything else on this one? And he goes, Let me see. Splitting checks here is madness. They act like they have no comprehension of what it could mean.
Right.
And I always think the same thing. I go, can we do a little thought experiment? You know, because we've had this come up where they flatly won't do it. And they do the thing where they force you to all Venmo each other. And then you got your one friend who just refuses to take into account tax or tip. They just look at the menu. Nothing worse, right, than when you have to correct your friend. Oh, mine's $23. I go, right. And then you live in America for your whole life. You know, tax is the thing. You know, service staff, 20, 25%, right? Why are you doing that? Why are you making us correct you again? You know you didn't just do a super salmon bowl for $14.99. There's more to it than that. Why do you make us have to pull you back in? So I don't want to do that. I was like, I don't want to do this with Heather's cousin. I don't want to do the whole like Venmo thing.
I was like, he's on an expense account. Can't he pay for all of us?
Hello. It'd be nice if you would. He's like, what? I'm like, it's free money.
It's free money.
It's free money. So I'm always like, can we do a thought experiment? It's legally allowed for my wife and I to come here and have dinner. Yes, the two of us. He goes, yeah.
Let me check the books, but I think so.
It is a thing that you're allowed to do for him to come here by himself.
Frowned upon, but singular.
Yeah.
Singlet
come in here. They can get dinner. Yeah.
They can. Yeah.
What would you do if the two of us had come? We got dinner by ourselves. The meal was over. What would you do? Well, I'd bring you the check. I go, okay. His meal is over. Different area of the thing altogether. We don't know each other at all. We have no connection to one another. What do? I bring him a check. I go, could you just do that then?
This is just a thing that like replays in our life all the time.
Oh, it's like a shorthand for certain things.
And we met this person only once at dinner and he said to the waiter, and it just stuck with me, I see you have root beer and I see you have vanilla ice cream. Could I trouble you to put the two together and make me a root beer float?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
We do that anytime something super simple needs to be done, but people are making like a meal out of it or they can't quite get it. We're like, well, I see you have root beer and I see you have vanilla ice cream, because it's that obvious. And those people said yes. But I feel like with the check, like, I don't know how to do it. They'd go, oh, I don't know if we're allowed to do that. And I go, I just want to be real with you. Just because there's not a button on the register doesn't mean you can't do it. Charge me for a root beer, charge me for an ice cream, put them together for me. Bring them out separate and I'll do it because I'd like to teach the class. Oh, here's a little ice cream. Here's a little root beer.
Here's me teaching the class how to be a waiter who splits a check.
Yep.
What's your order? Okay.
Oh, that's a line.
I just drew a line here. And what's your order? Okay, so this will be this price and this will be this price.
Yep, I can do this all night. I can do this for everybody in here. In fact, because that's what I'm going to do anyway.
And that's my job.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We're taking on as the consumer now a lot of what used to be the job of the person doing the job.
Any final thoughts, feelings, or jokes?
It was great to see my cousin.
Absolutely. I haven't
seen him in a while.
Yeah.
And as warts and all, I'm excited to be in this house.
Oh, absolutely.
I won't be as excited if this stuff doesn't get taken care of.
It
eventually,
will. It will. I like Dave warts and all.
Yeah.
I don't dislike the guy. I just like to see Dave be able to just put down everything.
Yeah.
Put down all those jobs he's definitely not qualified for. And I love you.
I love you.
We didn't hit record. We didn't hit record.